So, can't do it sideways, can we? Have to do it straight up and down.
I think so.
Can't remember from the other day. I think so. Hi, everybody. Raina here. Hello. I don't know what to do with the light. We'll see. Hi. Hello. We're going to do a 2016 recap, Sean and I. I'm wondering if we can put that on something or open the windows. We're just getting everything organized. Just give us a second.
That one will blind you because it's the sun.
Yeah.
Let me turn on some more lights.
Okay. Hello! Happy New Year's Eve! Can you believe that 2016 is finally almost over? Can you believe that this holiday week has just flown by so fast? Hi Artemis, great to see you. How is it over there on the West Coast? Shawnee's messing around with the lights here.
I'm messing with the lights.
Now last time we kept covering the mic. Where is the mic?
The bottom.
The bottom. Okay. We don't want to cover that this time. Or do we? I see your butt. Well, hey everybody, we're going to be doing a, I'm trying to do this with a tablet and it's flying everywhere. We're going to be doing a 2016 recap here and talking about everything that's been going on in the mermaid world for the past year, all the kinds of cool stuff that we've been up to. We're going to talk about mermania and we're going to talk about what you can expect in 2016. No, 2017, because 2016 is going to die. 2016 is going to be over. And in 2017, I think I'm finally going to get my braces off. I literally go to the dentist to find out the day before Mermania. So even if they say, yes, you can have your braces off, they'll still be on for Mermania, which kind of sucks. They'll have been on 2 years by February. By Valentine's Day, it'll be 2 years. And before that, I had, like, appliances for 6 months. It sucked. But my dentist is amazing, and she actually did the majority of my braces work pro bono. I just paid certain fees and for, like, retainers and stuff like that, and the appliances and stuff. But, sparkle, sparkle. I have these fun little hooks up there, see? Eh.
Too bright.
Whoa, that's too bright. It made me look yellow. If you just point it at one of the white walls, it'll bounce.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Even on the ceiling is nice. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, the braces will be gone, hopefully. But you know what? It hasn't really been that big a deal having them. See, we can't turn it sideways, so it's hard to fit us both in.
Okay.
Doesn't Shawnee look good? No, we can't turn it sideways. It won't work. No, you need to be in the video, too.
Hi.
Yeah, so the braces don't bother me that much. The appliance was really rough because it was moving my palate, and that hurt a lot. And I had a lisp for years. Charlie.
Charlie's trying to shut off the internet, so we're going to hold on to him a little bit.
Oh, is he trying to jump on the internet? Dum-dum. Yeah, alright, so let's recap 2016. So we started off January 2016 doing the New Year's Eve / day celebration, I guess you would call it, at Parade Square. Was it Parade Square? Yeah, Parade Square.
Ago,
yeah, a year ago, for the city, and that was really fun. So my sister Emma and I, she goes by Mermaid Emma, and her name is actually Emma, so people get confused by that. Emma, whatever, she answers to both. So Emma and I did a freezing cold gig, New Year's Eve / New Year's Day, in our Fin Fun tails that are up here, that you can see. Woo! Tablet. Yeah, so we did it in those. We have a whole bunch of those. That's only just a couple of them. We have like 15 of them for our swim school. And swim school is off until spring right now, so I just got them on the wall for fun. But yeah, so Emma and I did that gig, and it was freezing cold, and we wore long underwear under Fin Fun, and we wore like skin-colored tops, and we had all this light-up stuff, and we sat on perches and kind of like mermaid danced for New Year's Eve / day, and that was really fun. Then you've got the sun and a Pinky butt. Pinky's butt is literally...
I'm blocking it. Hello.
You're so cute. Don't drink his coffee. We don't want Pinky on caffeine. That would be bad. Yeah. So, oh, bonjour, Laura. Comment ça va? Yeah, so that was fun. New Year's Day, we rushed to the airport to go to North Carolina for the first ever Mermania. And flying there was a lot of fun. We experienced a delay and luggage was really fun. But we got there and Mermania 2016, this past January, was fantastic. It was a great success. We saw a lot of people. The events were really fun. We learned a lot about what we wanted to do for the next one. And CNN covered it, and it was just fantastic. If you don't know this stuff by now, please check out the NC Mermania website, ncmermania.com, and see all the cool stuff we did last year, because this year, which is starting in like a couple of weeks, is going to be amazing, and we hope you will come. Hi, Courtney. I hope you're feeling great. Merry Christmas, Merry Fishmas, Happy New Year. Great to see you. See? Yeah, je t'aime, Laurent. So then we did that. Where's my list? Yeah, it was great. So we got back to Canada and we did in January the Girls Empowerment Workshop. So the Girls Empowerment Workshop is it's another province away. How many hours is it to drive?
At least 4 or 5.
It's 4 or 5, but we always end up getting a blizzard when we drive to this event. So it takes forever. So Merangler Steve and Emma and I and Sean went, and we packed up our tiny little Dodge Caliber full of all the mermaid tails. We had like 20 kids monofins and 20 kids tails and 12 of these and their fins. And then 3 of our silicone tails, 2 sets of cameras. It was a lot. And 4 people. And then all of our winter stuff to keep warm. And we drove up there. We got through the weather, which was great. And then when we got there was a huge blizzard. But lots of kids still came out. Again, this is like...
second year in a row. 20 centimeters at least.
Yeah.
Or the equivalent of a foot.
So this year we bumped it ahead to a different month. And we tried to pick a weekend that historically has not had snowstorms. So we did that. It was phenomenal. Merangler Steve was great. And Emma was awesome, and we had hundreds of kids come through, and the whole purpose of that event is we're targeting girls to try to empower them towards physical fitness and swimming. Boys come to the event. Boys are welcome to come to the event, and they do, and we have a young boy who's come to every one so far, and he loves it. But it's really just, studies are showing that girls are not encouraged towards physical fitness in the same manner that boys are, and that financially they're not encouraged the same way either when it comes to community programs. So we go and do this, and it is so much fun. We get tons of people swimming, and a lot of times the kids are just doing it in life jackets because they're learning how to swim, and it really encourages them to go and take actual swimming lessons and learn how to actually swim and not just, paddle around in mermaid tail. That being said, we do have, more advanced students that come, and they can totally swim, and some of them give me a run for my money because they're so good. It's really fun. It's really cold, but we do it, and it is just sort of like a huge thing. You are sweating, buddy. You feeling okay?
I'm feeling great.
He looks cute. He's in the light. He's got a haircut.
It's sunny.
Yeah. So we did the Girls Empowerment Workshop, and that was really fun. And then we come back, let's talk about the Aquatron study. So the Aquatron study went on for several months. And, do you want to hold it?
Sure.
I might share the link. Why don't you give an introduction for a second about the Aquatron study, and I'm going to go to my computer and post this link so that people can find the video. Okay?
All right. So Aquatron is basically Dalhousie University. We have a facility there that we are lucky enough to use every so often. It was built in 1975, I believe.
Oh my god.
So it's an older facility, but they've really taken good care of it. It normally houses animals like sharks and lobster. The Amazing Race actually had an event there where they were diving for lobster, and the water was 4 degrees. The equivalent, I think, was, 32? No? Lower? I don't know, in Fahrenheit. So it was crazy. And anyways, we go swimming in there every so often. The people are fantastic, and the facility is just world-class. 50 feet across, 15 feet deep, 24 windows the whole way around. And I typically even set up, I worked for a streetlight company, so we got all these streetlights, like this one, upside down. And what we do is we actually angle those things inside of the tank from multiple angles so we can get enough light. And they like them so much, in fact, they're buying a whole bunch of them so they can light the facility with it. Because I think that light there only uses 60 watts of power. So it's crazy. Anyways, we've been there for a number of years now. Folks there are just unbelievable, and we hope to get back there soon. Right now they're doing a...
turbine.
tidal, tidal power
turbine.
tidal power test. I've got a number of friends who actually work for the company that's doing it, and they do tidal power testing and all kinds of scientific stuff there, which is really cool.
So yeah, so the study itself, we worked with engineers, one marine biologist, and actually 2 marine biologists, because Jim is also a marine biologist. It's like a master. Get a kitty hair here. There's a kitty hair. Yep. And so basically the first round of what we did was just test the tails. And we can't test every tail in the world right now. We can't test every monofin in the world. It was just a sample size. And this is like a product study, so we're basically trying to improve the Merbella's tail line. So that's why we just focused on Merbella's. That being said, Merbella's pretty much exclusively uses finis, which I learned that that's the proper way to say it. Finis,
French, yeah.
Like French, en français. And so they strapped accelerometers to us. They came up with a formula. There's a whole video that you can see of the behind the scenes. It's really neat. And look at the sun you've got coming here.
I think they got to move.
And they came up with the marine biologist was doing a different study on fish, and he came up with a formula for tailbeat frequencies, so that they could predict the speed and agility of a fish based on this formula and how frequently its tail beats. So they wanted to see if that formula would work the same with our tails. And so that was really cool. And so we just did all this testing like over and over and over again, and all the different tails, and swim this way, swim that way, go around these buoys, go down, do flips, go backwards. And we really got, at least for our tails that we own, like really strong data in terms of how fast things are, how much drag there is in certain things, the buoyancy, the speed that we could go. I can hold it if you want to check the kitties.
That was more so just every time you move your arm, it's wobbling.
Oh, okay. That's okay. It's wobbling. I didn't want you to be the tripod and have to hold
I'm good. I hold things all the time.
So yeah, so that was so cool. And then after that, what we did was we created a prototype monofin where we took a Finis Rapid and a Finis Wave and totally replaced the foot pockets with something new that's not on the market yet, and I'm not going to talk too much about it. But basically the idea was that you could get in and out of your monofin hands-free, and it redistributes the force so that your ankles and your feet aren't in so much pain in a mermaid tail. Because using a monofin is one thing, but using a monofin inside of a 50-pound silicone encasement that also puts extra pressure on your hips and knees is totally different, right? So that was interesting. So we tested the first prototype, and we had a lot of feedback for the engineers, and they listened, and they went and they did a second prototype, and that was really exciting. And oh no, that's gonna no, don't do that. So we did that, and so right now we had to take a break. Those engineers have moved on. We'll be working with different people, I think, and they're doing the tidal study right now, and that is probably going to go through most of the winter, and then we'll get back in there, and we'll see how much further we can take it. So the Aquatron study is like a rentable research facility, so there's never one thing in there 24/7. It's just different studies come and rent it and take it over. So so it was our study, and now it's someone else's, and then we can go back to our study, and then sometimes they book us for tourism stuff in there. It's freezing cold, except for in the summer when it's like 25 degrees outside, and then Jim turns up the heat, and then it's awesome, and we love it. And Jim is amazing, our Aquatron study. He's just, he helped nominate us for an award this year, the Innovative Business Award, and he wrote us the most beautiful, amazing reference letter, and we loved Jim.
That's great.
So the Aquatron study went on for months and months, and we all did that, and we took part in that, and it was lots of fun. You can see photos and videos on the Halifax Mermaid Facebook page, and on my YouTube, HFX Mermaid. You can also see the behind-the-scenes video. It's also on our website, halifaxmermaids.com. So after that, let's see. I did the International Boat Show, which was really fun. I wore my mini splash tail, and Sean wheeled me around in a wheelchair, and I posed with the boats, and I met people, and I got to do like a little promo in a hot tub, and we met Torrin. So hello to Torrin and his family if you're watching. So Torrin is a young boy who met me at the International Boat Show, and then he went on to basically become a really big part of our lives. And he was the first boy in our mermaid swim school, which we'll talk about a little later. And he's super talented merman, super fast. Meeting his family was really adorable because his dad came up with the videos of him and was like, look at my son. And for me, like, working with kids all the time, it was so great to see a dad, like, enthusiastic about it. And now that I know his parents and I'm friends with them and we're on Facebook, like, I just love them. They're great. The whole family's great. And he's got a brother, like, they're awesome. So yes, it was the start of a beautiful friendship with Torin. Heather Rankin also saw us at the boat show, and we ended up working with her later, which I'll talk about. So I'll be doing the International Boat Show again this year in February. The dates are on the website, halifaxmermaids.com. Oh, I'm going to show you my books. You can look for a second, Johnny.
New Zealand, that's them. Yay! Happy New Year, New Zealand.
Oh yeah, it's already New Year for them.
Yep, it's crazy. Wow. Yeah, that happened fast. I can get it for you.
Oh, well, I'm going to show these books, because these are the ones I'm going to talk about first. Oh, there's my book right there on the floor. To your right. Pinky knocked it down. Pinky goes on my desk every night and knocks everything down. Okay, I've got a whole pile of books here to show. Okay, so after the International Boat Show, my turtle book published. And this has been in the making for almost 2 years. And it's this whole book called, it's Tori the Turtle, and she goes exploring across Australia and New Zealand and everything. And it's an eco-trilogy, and basically how it works is it's got these scannable codes on it that you can scan with your phone, the QR codes, and it'll actually read you the story and play the sounds and things like that. So this is Tori Goes Exploring Way Up North. That was really good. Tori and Friends at Ningaloo Reef. Look at that. And Tori the Great Reef Surfing Turtle. That's the first one. And so basically I got in contact with the people doing this book because they saw my artwork on DeviantArt. And this has happened before, actually. Alice Hoffman's company, she's the one who did Aquamarine, and she's done several other books as well. And one of her books, her publishing people took my photo without my permission and used it for the cover. And the book went on to be like a New York Times best-selling book. And they used it for the cover of the large print, so I never knew that this happened. And one of my friends in PEI, she found it in the library and was like, oh, this is so cool. And I'm like, nobody paid me for that. Nobody asked me for that. So I had a fun time with Alice Hoffman's publishing agency, and I did eventually get paid and credited for that. But stuff like that happens. But anyway, these people doing the Tori the Turtle books, they're awesome. They got in contact with me, they paid me, and we collaborated, and I love it. I love being part of an eco-trilogy. It's fantastic. So that happened. We did some fundraising for, that's Sean's hand. We did some fundraising for Children's Wish Foundation. And so Children's Wish Foundation and Make-A-Wish Foundation are two amazing organizations where they grant wishes for kids and send them places on trips or give them these cool gifts. And it's kids who are underprivileged, dealing with serious illness, dealing with fatal terminal illnesses, dealing with chronic illness, or just having experienced trauma. And when I was a kid, Children's Wish Foundation actually sent me to Disney and sent my sister to Disney as well, which was really cool. So my sister Ashley, that you haven't met yet, but hopefully I'm going to turn her into a mermaid this summer because she's got amazing hair. So my sister Ashley and I went to Disney when we were, I think I was 10 and I think she was 8. So anyway, it was amazing. So I really believe in what Children's Wish Foundation does, and we do a lot of volunteering for them, a lot of different events. So we did, it was an event, it was a fundraiser, and you may have seen the pictures. They had a reptile zoo there, and I was hanging out with all the reptiles, and so I had all these snakes and everything on me while I was being a mermaid, and then they had a tarantula, which I am terrified of spiders and tarantulas, and so Sean held it, and I kind of like worked myself up. I was like, I'm gonna hold that tarantula. Like this is a fundraiser for kids who are sick. Like I need to be a brave mermaid and hold that tarantula. But then Sean went to take the tarantula off of him, and it was like Velcro, and it wouldn't come off. And I was like, no, I can't do that. You can put it on my tail, but I can't hold it. I don't want the Velcro-y spider. So yeah.
He's a great spider.
Anyway, it was a very well-behaved spider, and I became friends with the reptile rescue group, and I've got them on Instagram. Hello, if if you're watching. They're lovely people, and the animals were really well managed and very docile because they were used to being handled, and it was just really cool. And I had all these cute kids with me. I gave kids rides. They sat on me, and Sean pushed us around in the wheelchair. And we had, there was an ocean group there, and I held, shark eggs with sharks inside them. And it was just amazing. So I love being part of it. They gave us a certificate for the wall and stuff. And we do a lot with Children's Wish, and it's just amazing. We did a lot of library touring. Nessie and I both did library touring through March break. I did a commercial for the Compass Rose, which is where I do my sensory deprivation floats, and they're amazing. And it really helps with my chronic pain. Mimi and I were featured in an article about the ecological work that Halifax mermaids do, and this was followed up by several radio interviews. And Mimi was awarded the Life-Saving Award for saving a drowning child. So if you remember the summer 2015 when Iona came to visit us, we all went to swim off the dock, and we're in mermaid tails and swimming, and Mimi was 9 months pregnant, and she was a high-risk pregnancy. And she had only just the week before been given permission from her doctor to get active again. So we had done things like the Aquatron where we did her baby belly photos, and we were swimming in the ocean. And anyway, this little boy, he jumped in and didn't realize how deep it was, and he just started drowning. And we all went to try and get him, but some of us were half in a mermaid tail, and some of us were way out deep. And Mimi just didn't even hesitate. She just dove right in and saved this little boy's life. And she was very humble about it. And the mother was just so happy and thrilled. And, of course, Mimi was very, very humble. And Mimi said, I did what anybody would do. But the thing is not anybody would, at 9 months pregnant with a high-risk pregnancy, dive in and save a kid from the ocean. So it was amazing. So Mimi got an award. And all of us have actually saved kids from drowning. It just happens. Kids dive into the pool and they don't realize how deep it is, or their parents aren't paying attention, or they fall, or they're swimming and they decide to take off their life jacket and they go under. So, and I'd say 80% of it happens in front of lifeguards and parents, and it's just that because we are in the water and we're at their level, we see them before other people do, so we can get to them. But I've been doing a mermaid stuff. This summer marks 9 years, and I've saved 8 kids from drowning in 9 years. And it's not always one every year. Sometimes it's a couple in a year, and sometimes a year goes by without anything, but it's been a lot. I remember one time at a wedding we had a kid, and another time it was at a public pool, and I had to get a kid on each hip because one kid fell in, his friend tried to help him, and he pulled him in, and so I had to go down and get them both. So it's just crazy. So yeah, so let's talk about, you want to talk about the monofins? I'm going to turn and you can talk about those?
I'll just talk with you here.
Yeah. I'll go grab one, and you talk about it.
Okay, the little ones?
Ours, yeah.
Yeah, so we started doing work with Linden's, there was the sunshine. Linden's monofins, they're awesome little monofins, just in that they're the safest ones on the market right now. Yay!
They've been ranked number 1 for kids.
Yeah.
For safety.
So, actually, Linden came out with a bunch of new stuff this year.
Linden's amazing.
She's
we
doing
love amazing. Linden
We're
is
so proud of her.
She's my mentor, and she's so amazing and sweet. And she also sponsored Mermania Kids Swim.
Yep. Woo.
Yeah, so we decided to. Nobody in Canada sells monofins at the time that we brought these in, and we're always being asked if we could get them. And we've tried other monofin brands, and as much as I love the adult versions, I did not like the kid versions I was trying. And especially when we were watching kids, we saw a lot of safety risks. And then Linden, how did we do it? We started off, I think we bought 5 at cost from her to test them out.
Yep.
Yeah. And so we tested them, and we loved them. We were like, oh my God, these are so easy. The kids can get their feet in and out by themselves. They're not falling off of them. They're adjustable. They're really strong. They're not breaking. So then we decided to sell them, and maybe talk a little bit about bringing them in, Shawnee.
Oh, sure. Yeah, shipping them to Canada was a nightmare, just because of all the shipping regulations and taxes and everything else that has to go with that. So that and trying to figure out where to store them all.
We live in an apartment, okay, in Canada. It's we have a mermaid room, and they take up the whole room.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it worked out great for the swim school. If we didn't have them, there's no way the swim school would have happened, just because of safety and other concerns. We spent a lot of time using other fins for a while there, but we'd spend most of the time adjusting the fins on kids, whereas these ones would actually stay stuck to their feet. So It worked out really well by getting these.
Yeah, and so we sell them in Canada because in America you can get them from Amazon Prime and you can get them directly from Linden.
Yeah.
So we basically just sell them in Canada. And it's great. We've sold to a couple of mermaid schools and a lot of individual people.
Yeah, one in Alberta, which was great.
Yeah, there's a mermaid school in Alberta that took them. And that's been fun. And, of course, in doing that, we launched our mermaid school. So we've always done a mobile mermaid school. We used the Finis ones. We used the FinFun. We've been doing that since pretty much when we started our company. I did not call myself the first mermaid school because in 2004, there was, Lori Papajohn. She was doing mermaid school stuff, but it was more, it was like mobile stuff. So I know Aqua Mermaid likes to say they're the first, but in my opinion, Lori was the first. So I have never called myself the first. I'm definitely the first in Nova Scotia, definitely the first in like, I would say like East Coast Canada, because she was like up higher and out west and stuff. So I've been doing that, and so we were always doing mobile, and then we decided to do weekly because of the success of the Girls Empowerment Group, and also because of the safety concerns. So what we did was we collaborated with other professionals. So I have a background in child development and education. We collaborated with the aquatics director. We got some amazing swim instructors and lifeguards involved, and we created a curriculum that matched goals through the Life Saving Society, and we worked together as a group. And so, I was able to really focus on the fins themselves and the child development aspect of it, and then the swim instructors were really helping me focus on the motion with the kids, and it was a real group effort, and it was phenomenal, and it was so much work. Sean and I often work contract work to supplement our mermaid income, and at the time, we were training pilots how to fly planes. So we were working full-time, 40 hours a week, and running the business, and then we launched this mermaid school. So we'd get off work and fly home, pack up the car, fly across the bridge during rush hour traffic to try and get to this class and start it and run it for several hours, and then get home and do it all over again. It was a lot of work, but it was totally worth it. The kids were amazing, and we saw kids. See, I believe in allowing an opportunity for kids who don't know how to swim or who are weaker swimmers to have a mermaid experience, because I feel that they can still learn the safety things, and I feel that it really encourages them to take swimming lessons, regular swimming lessons. And we saw that, yes, Michelle, it is a hula hoop. This one's from Serpentine Studios, and we actually use it in our mermaid school.
Yeah.
I use it at home, but we use it in our mermaid school
It's
too.
waterproof, so it's perfect. The
It's
kids
nice
will
and
swim through
heavy.
it. Yeah.
So I do believe that there is a benefit for kids who can't swim to do this, but we broke our classes up into those groups. So I had a whole group of kids who were brand new swimmers, and so they did do the program in life jackets. And by the end of it, even though we did not advertise as like, we will teach a child how to swim, this was like the younger group and the inter group. It was like, we will give them an introduction to mermaid fins. We will teach them the safety things. They will get more confident in the water, very low level stuff. I think only one kid was left in a life jacket by the end of it, because it motivated them so much to want to learn to swim that they all went on to do swimming lessons.
Yep.
And our one child who was in a life jacket, she was able to take it off and swim independently with one of the swim instructors, but then when she wasn't with a swim instructor, she put it back on. So it was really something. So we didn't advertise that or anything, but that did happen. So it was amazing. So we broke it up into sort of developmental levels, both with the kids and their swim levels. And so I do believe that there's a lot of empowerment that can come even if a kid doesn't know how to swim. And that's the whole idea, is it encourages them to want to. They have a goal because they want to swim in a mermaid fin, so they have a goal to go and do the swim classes. And they did. It was amazing. We had like 60 kids total by the end of it.
Oh, easily.
And we see them out in public all the time, and it's so cute. Yep. And I did the whole class as Raina the Mermaid. No human me, yep. Mermaid tail and everything. It was a lot of work, but it was so much fun. Torin helped us. He was a junior teacher. Yeah. And we taught the kids how to use GoPros. We played all kinds of games. It was awesome. It was so much fun. What else did we do? So Mermaid School, yeah, it was just great. Mermaid School, lots of news coverage for that. We had Colleen Jones. She's a famous curler.
CBC reporter.
Curling CBC. Yeah. And she got in it and tried to tail. And Sean carried her around, and she was so cute.
She was great.
we welcomed Mer Wrangler Arthur to our team. So Arthur's sister Megan and I have been friends for like a decade, and she's like, you know, my brother needs a job. He knows karate, and he's a driving instructor, and he can do all these things. And anyway, we interviewed him, and we loved him. And we don't have any pictures of him though, because we all work different gigs, and so we haven't gotten any pictures of poor Arthur. But Arthur is amazing, and he's done a great job as a Mer Wrangler for our events. We did a huge photo shoot with Brett McCombs from Alter Ego Photography to promote the fins, and I love those photos. The experience was very good. Little Miss Kay was with us, and she was doing really well. She got her port out. She got her her bag. What's that called? What do they call it again? The colostomy bag. She had that taken out, and she had a surgery, and she's like totally free from all that stuff now.
Went on her first vacation since she got it out.
Yeah, she went on her first vacation.
Ontario. Yeah.
And she kept asking me, like, at the time, I couldn't give her a fin at the time, but she really was like, do I get to keep this? So you know what she's getting for her birthday.
Yeah.
So she was pretty cute. So that was really fun. And what else? We launched a monofin safety thing and like a whole program. And so there's information on my website, on the blog. We did a whole bunch of news coverage on monofin safety. It was really good. Mimi and Nessie did the Princess Tea Party fundraiser that was also for Children's Foundation. Yeah. This was like our 6th or 7th year doing it, I think. So we volunteer for that. It's great. Mimi did her an anniversary gig on Mother's Day for a store, and it was really cute. So she had her tail and everything, and she was all dressed up, and we surprised her with flowers and everything because it was Mother's Day. We also hit our 1-year anniversary for winning the ADP grant. So don't show it because it's a big mess over there.
Oh, yeah.
So we won $10,000 in May 2015. And so we had the 1-year anniversary, and we did a little picture and a little press release to celebrate that. And of course, we used that $10,000 to buy our used Merbella's tails and launch the Mermaid School and the fins and everything like that. So $10,000 sounds like a lot of money, but with the currency difference and having to buy a lot of stuff in the States and taxes and things like that, it didn't go as far as we would like, but it was still pretty amazing. So let's see. Victoria graduated from makeup school, which was amazing. And Victoria, you can check out, she's Mermaid Victoria, and she's also Victoria MUA on the internet and on Facebook. And anyway, her makeup skills are phenomenal. She's done makeup now for one of the music videos we've done, and you can check her out and see all of her skills. Nessie finished her first year of the ECE program, and she's just about to finish her second year of the ECE program. We're super proud of her. Kristen joined our team, Mermaid Kristen. So Kristen and I have known each other probably a decade as well. She's a fellow teacher. She's also a circus performer and circus instructor. I've always wanted to have her work for us, but the thing is, like, we're so limited here by opportunity and also the tails and making sure someone can fit in one and that we have them for everybody. So I just haven't been able to grow my team the way I wanted to. So this year we added Arthur, we added Kristen. She had a great time. She's really adorable. She's so happy every time she gets in a mermaid tail. She's just like, mermaid tail, mermaid tail. And she's really good at the environmental education stuff, and I just love her. And we also added Kay. So Kay is a local burlesque performer that goes by Kaylicious. And Kay and my friend Leslie sort of started like an adult like meetup for mermaids, and they got all their friends making fabric tails and swimming at the Dartmouth Sportsplex and having so much fun. So we brought Kay onto the team as well. So Kristen did the summer touring for the libraries and our literacy workshops and our summer camps because I was working full-time training pilots how to fly planes. And Kay, she did the natal day booking with us. She did the Hope for Wildlife, which we'll talk about. And she's going to help us in the new year with our adult programming, which is great because Kay has a lot of experience teaching adults things like burlesque and dance. And so she's going to be great for that. So Kay did Hope for Wildlife with us, which is a charity that we sponsor every year, and we donate an appearance to, and sometimes we're able to raise funds. We've raised funds a couple of times. When I published my second book, we did that. So they just rescue local wildlife and rehabilitate them, and it's amazing, and we love Hope, and she has a TV show called Hope for Wildlife, and you can check it out online. I published my third book. Here it is. This is just the the print copy of it that I used to approve, so it's in crappy shape because I did all the editing and everything. I'll have that for sale at Mermania. You can buy it online at makemeamermaid.com. Check lulu.com for discount codes, and I always try to post them too on Learn to Be a Professional Mermaid on Facebook. So it is basically, you can fill in the blank in this book, and when you're done, you will hopefully have a really well-rounded business plan. And it should help people who are new and also people who are established do more with their business. I do all this training and mentoring, and I keep learning all this stuff, and Sean has a background in HR and entrepreneurialism, so we're just trying to we want to see the standard for the industry keep going up, you know?
And it is. It just takes time. Put that back here too.
Okay. Summer was a whirlwind of booking and public appearances. I can't possibly talk about them all. We did every major holiday. Our team kicked butt getting everything done. We launched adult lessons, and Sean's 71-year-old mother, she did a mermaid lesson. And she did it in the ocean, and it was amazing. So what happened was his sister was visiting from Edmonton, and we decided that we were going to give her a lesson. And then Sean's mother decided, well, I want to do it too. So we took them out in the ocean, and we put them in Fin Fun Tales, and we have a secret mermaid cove, and that's what we call it, Mermaid Cove. And it's a beautiful sheltered cove. It's a perfect little beach. It's private for learning how to swim, you know, not very wavy or anything like that. It's brackish water because a river flows into the beach, so you don't have to worry about jellyfish. And it's just a great place to learn, and we go there all the time. You've probably seen a lot of photo shoots from it, and that's where that big rock is that we swim out to, or when the tide's out, we walk out to. So anyway, his mother just totally went for it, and she was having so much fun that she started to get hypothermia because she started getting cold, but she didn't want to stop. So we had to pull her out and warm her up and get her with food, and she was giggling because she was so cold. But she was amazing. I was so proud of her. It was adorable. 71 years old. The woman can do a headstand. She can kick your butt. So don't mess with me, because I will set my mother-in-law after you, and she will, honest to God, kick your butt. Okay?
She's pretty awesome.
She's stronger than most 20-year-olds I know. We did work for various ocean education programs. We did the Deanery Project. Oh my God, quick little story about that really quick. Is your arm okay?
I'm good.
Okay, so he's holding the tablet. So the Deanery Project, so we went to do this event, and it was an ocean education event, and it was the bioluminescent plankton. And it was pitch black nighttime, freezing cold, and I totally got really scared because I was the only one in the water. I couldn't see anything, and there were hundreds of giant rock crabs, and they were attacking me. They were pinching me and crawling all over me, and I can't see them. And so I'm trying to stay in character, and I'm doing an educational workshop, and then I'm performing in the bioluminescence, and it's freezing. It's giving me an ice cream headache because it's so cold. And I'm swimming in it, and I can see the bioluminescence. It's not like what they show on pictures. Pictures tend to be long exposure. So someone swishes it up and does a long exposure picture, so then it looks way brighter than it is. So it's not really like that. It's a lot like fireflies, right? So you kind of fling, and then it's sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. So anyway, we have this whole music choreographed. I'm doing this whole thing, and I'm seeing all the bioluminescent plankton, but from the people's perspective where they're standing, they're too level with the water. They don't see
splash,
it.
Splash, splash,
They just hear splashing, right? So anyway, I come up, and I do this pose, right? So I come up, and I'm like this on the beach with the tail up, and I'm trying to talk, and big old giant rock crab right down my boobs pinches me so hard that I'm whoa! In front of everybody. I fish this thing out of my bra in front of everybody and try to get it out. And I'm trying to joke. I'm what? You don't like what I'm saying, Mr. Crab? And I'm trying to stay in character, and I'm trying not to cry because this thing pinched me so hard, and I'm so cold. It was a really good gig, but oh my gosh, it was one of the hardest things I have ever done in my life because it was cold, it was dark, I didn't feel safe, I couldn't tell what the audience was seeing, and these rock crabs were just everywhere. So you don't have to be afraid of sharks. It's giant rock crabs that you have to be afraid of. So that was one. We had the Sandcastle Festival. Emma and Victoria worked it, and it was pouring rain, but we still did it, and we were awesome, and we got great photos. And Arthur Dricker's Conventional Wisdom book was published, and Sean and I were sent a copy. So Arthur came to Mermania. No, he came to Merfest. Pardon me. He came to Merfest, and he filmed everything and took pictures, and you may have seen that the pictures have gone quite viral on the internet. They've been in a lot of stuff. And there are pictures of both Sean and I. So I'm the very first mermaid picture. And I think he called me Mermaid Queen or something like that. Deep End Diva, that's it. Here's the story behind this picture, okay? And Arthur will attest to this. Okay, you see I'm like that? You see my hand touching that right there?
This one or this one?
It's that one, the left one. So there was some kind of a broken tile or broken piece. And the water was quite cold because it was a sport pool and I couldn't feel it. I pulled my hand away. It was like Monty Python, okay? Yeah. Blood everywhere. I cut open a vein. And this was like the first 5 minutes of Merfest. And there's blood gushing everywhere. It's horrible. And it hurts really bad. I must have hit a nerve too. And I'm starting to faint because there's so much blood coming out and I'm freezing cold and I hadn't eaten. And so Merman Dan and Christian were like trying to pull me out of the pool because the water was here and like the top, like the actual pool deck was like another almost 2 feet and I couldn't get out. And it was blood everywhere. So Dan gets a towel and he's got a Daniel Craig and he's got like a towel wrapped around me and it's bleeding through the towel. I almost had to have it cauterized. Thank God Carol was there. Carol was a nurse and I like went into shock. And the crazy thing is I screamed for help and the lifeguards weren't paying attention at all. And then the lifeguards couldn't find the first aid kit. Yeah. And so I was really PO'd about that. It was not okay the way it was handled. And anyway, I ended up okay, but I was in pain for all of Merfest. You wouldn't think a little cut on your finger would hurt so bad, but I hit a nerve and I hit a vein, and it was just really brutal. And thank you again to Caro, the nurse who like took care of me. She's also a mermaid here. There's a picture of Sean, Carrie, and Pearl. That was published. Whoop. Whoop. There goes the tablet. So that was really cool.
Yeah, that's funny.
So anyway, Arthur has been wonderful, and he's always promoted us, and he sent us his copy, and that was just really cool to get that, and we love showing it to everybody. I spoke at HalCon, the sci-fi convention locally, and I did a workshop, and let me take that. It's our roommate. So I did a workshop, and that was really fun, and it totally was full of people. I wasn't expecting that many people to come, and I basically, I smudged my makeup. I basically gave a talk about how my mermaid work has like empowered me with my chronic illness and mobility issues and how we try to give back to the community and all the fun stuff that we do as mermaids. And it really inspired a lot of people. So the first day, most of the room was full. The second day, it was standing room only. It was really something. It was very humbling for me. And I kind of got treated like a celebrity by the people at HalCon. They came and took pictures with me. The HalCon staff and volunteers were so amazing. I really feel very privileged to be able to take part in such an amazing event. So HalCon was just a splash. I did some rep work for the Filthy Mermaid, which you've probably seen on my Instagram and Facebook. They're like a monthly mermaid swag bag kind of deal. I also did some from my friend who does Salty Mermaid Designs, and she does beautiful mermaid tops. I finished up 10 months of personal training that was really, really intense and pushed me through my limits. Somehow I am not this like muscly, chiseled, skinny woman, but I do have muscles and I have become stronger. It really helped me offset problems that the mermaid work was causing with my hips. I got featured on Post Secret. I sent in a secret like 3 or 4 years ago when I first decided to be a full-time mermaid. And, so I did that and got featured, and that was cool, but it was also kind of weird because it was like 4 years after I sent the secret in. And then I got matching Ohana tattoos for my 31st birthday, and I can't see that. Speaking of Ohana, we're going to have Chris Sanders and Jessica Steele Sanders at Mermania, and Chris is known for his work on Lilo and Stitch and other Disney programs. Jessica and Chris put this book together, Rescue Sirens, which is this amazing tale of mermaid friends. And they're going to be there selling their books and signing them. It's going to be really cool, and I can't wait to see them and show them my tattoo. I also got some more work done on this tattoo. This is the one I got for my 30th birthday because I am old. I'm 31 now. So I got all the color, and next year I'll get the mermaid colored in. But I have to do things in stages because I'm in the water so much. Almost finished here. I launched my Mermaid Monday series on YouTube, which you can find on HFX Mermaid. I recap the news I'm going to be doing like a 2016 countdown of crazy mermaid news from the past year. I'm still doing So You Want to Be a Mermaid, and I've also started doing bi-weekly vlogs of what we've been up to. Emma, Victoria, and I all filmed a music video for Heather Rankin. So for people who are not Canadian, the Rankins are huge in Canada. They're Irish-Canadian singers who just do amazing Celtic stuff. I grew up listening to them. I used to go to choir camp, and at choir camp we sang their songs. It was like crazy. And so for Heather Rankin to hire us, for me, like I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so surreal because I grew up listening to you. Like it was crazy. She was the nicest person ever. The whole crew was really amazing, and we filmed underwater for like 4 hours, only coming up for air. Our feet were completely destroyed by the end of it because we put weights in the tail, and the weights fell down into our feet, and just like friction and everything. Sean, show yourself, get some credit. Sean ended up being hired by them to do some of the underwater filming, which was really awesome, and he had a lot of great tips for the crew because they didn't have a whole lot of experience doing underwater stuff, and so they brought him in. The video is called Titanically, and the story about it is a true story about how the violinist who continued playing right until the end, his violin was actually recovered, and so it's a story about that. And the mermaids are sort of an extra fun little thing, but it's going to be coming out on the anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic in April, and we will let you know when you can see the video. Heather Rankin was just a gem. Like, that was one of the highlights. She was so nice and so wonderful, and the music video filming process, even though it was a lot of work and like really hard and none of us could see the next day and our feet were completely destroyed, it was so great, so fun. I became a member of the Center for Women in Business, and because I've been freediving all year with my friend Jared, who is my mentor, I became a member of ADA Canada, and ADA is a governing body for freediving, which is awesome. And then I've just mostly spent the year trying to plan for Mermania and just get ready, which is going to be happening on the 20th, and you've got like a weird light in front of me.
2 weeks. Yeah, I'm trying to block it.
So what else? Anything else you think we should tell them about?
No, just lots of surprises for Mermania. It's
So
going to be a good opportunity.
the video
I'm trying to block the light because the sun is like right on us.
There we go.
There.
Yeah, so it's been a crazy year. Thank you for being a part of it. We're super appreciative of everything everyone does for us, all of the support. We're appreciative of your business, buying our fins, buying our books, supporting us with Mermania. I think that's all the fun, cool things we did this year. Most of them.
For the most part.
Yeah.
There'll be more. So.
Yeah, and so 2017, we're doing all the bookings with HRM again for the city. There's a possible documentary in the works. We'll be back in the Aquatron. We're doing Mermania. This guy is going to turn 40.
Eventually. Everyone does, apparently.
Can you... I mean, he doesn't even look like it. Look at that face. I can't even believe that. We'll be doing some mobile mermaid school stuff. A lot of the pools in Halifax are being closed for renovation, so we'll be at Needham Pool and stuff like that a lot. A couple different news things, and anything new that pops up, we'll be letting you know. Don't forget, you can check out my blog, rainamermaid.weebly.com. That's my personal blog. If you want to see what the business has been up to, just go to halifaxmermaids.com and click the blog there. YouTube is HFX Mermaid. Twitter and Instagram are HFX Mermaid. I'm going to be putting out lots of resources. Actually, Michelle, his birthday is very close to your daughter's.
Yay!
Yeah, so I think it's just a day or two before hers or something.
Whoa.
Yeah, because remember we went to go do Tony's birthday, and it was right around your birthday.
It was.
So, Emma is also going to be turning 20.
Same weekend.
I'm so much older than my sister. So anyway, it has been a fantastic 2016. We're looking forward to 2017. Lots of big things ahead. Thank you for all of your support with our mermaid company. We love you. For those of you coming to Mermania, we can't wait to see you. Come give us great big hugs.
Oh.